What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Just Dropping In, where we give hot takes and reactions to what's going on in the world. And apparently, one of the people I've done a reaction to before, and I actually I post some of the clips that when they have hot button stuff going on. PBD podcast. All right. So apparently, Patrick Bet David has been exposed for being some type of scam artist in the past. I'm not sure all the details, but that's what this video is getting into. So without further ado, make sure you hit that like button, that sub button, and the bell icon to make sure you get notified as soon as we drop more videos. Let's get into it, see what they're talking about.
Top prime example of a true grifter, in my opinion. Patrick Bet-David shared a tweet from Vivek. This is a whole larger thing about the
that disclaimer applies to me too. Whatever it said, disclaimer. Yeah.
H-1B visa, work visas for immigrants, etc. I'm not going to get into that. Here's the important takeaway. Patrick Bet-David replied to this and said, "As an immigrant from Iran, I saw this as an edge. I didn't mind working 80 hours a week. I didn't mind the competition. All I wanted was a shot. This used to be the American way." It's funny that he phrases it in that way as well. He says the American way because ironically, or maybe not, the company Amway, which is the OG multi-level marketing company that is responsible for spawning hundreds of copycat spin-off MLMs, which all essentially follow the Amway structure of recruit people to rank up, who recruit people, and on and on. Amway is an abbreviation of American Way. That's what the word Amway means. And it's quite funny that Patrick uses that phrase, the American way, because he himself made his wealth off of a multi-level marketing scheme, PHP, which I have a whole video on my channel. It's one of my most popular videos exposing Patrick Bet-David's pyramid scheme. So Patrick posts this as, an opportunity to grandstand about how hard he worked. I didn't mind working 80 hours a week. Did you know?
Let me know if y'all in the comments if y'all want me to react to that video he just mentioned, because I kind of want to see what's up with that in detail specifically. I thought this is going to be more of that detail, but if there's more detail over there, then, you know what I'm saying, we're going to have to go over there and see what's up.
I'm from Iran. Whatever. Next thing that happened was people started to dogpile on Patrick. Here's this guy who says, Patrick Bet-David has insane levels of turnover at Valuetainment because he pays slave wages. A reminder that he made his money convincing kids to cut off their families and work day and night to push his MLM insurance scam. This is true. Then somebody else commented and said,
so I knew that he had, made a whole bunch of money in insurance. He mentions it quite frequently. I didn't know that it was an MLM kind of thing. So now I'm super duper intrigued. So we're probably going to get halfway through this and just go ahead and pop over to that other video. Honestly, forget a part 2.
Quote, "The American way is not to work for 80 hours a week for 40 hours of pay. Why should Americans want to or have to compete with that?" Patrick claps back and says, "The biggest companies that you use their products daily were founded by a group of leaders who worked 80 hours a week for many years. That doesn't mean everyone should do it. Only a few do it because they bought into a cause, not money, but a cause. Money is a byproduct." Again, more grandstanding. These people will never, by these people, I mean people involved in multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes. They will never accept any accountability for anything negative or toxic that they say. It's always your fault. If you point out how they're so hyper obsessed with money, or that this hustle culture, grind culture of never sleeping isn't healthy for a human being, they'll never acknowledge that. They'll just belittle you and say, "Oh, well, it's not for everyone," which is a thinly veiled euphemistic way of saying I'm better than you. Well, you need some.
Now, wait, I want to put a little bit of clarity. If you don't know what an MLM is, I was actually a part of one, way back when. I did it it was when I got my bearings in the space of forex trading, but I didn't have any forex friends outside of my one of my number 2 guys that I was really close with that let me know about the space in whole. Outside of him, I didn't really have anybody that knew about it, so I decided to go into what's called Trade House NC. You can probably find them on Instagram. That's an MLM. You got to make your membership free. You have to recruit somebody, and then to go up, up tiers, you recruit more people, and then the people that you recruit more people. There's trading going on. They do have trading calls for sure. There are people involved that can trade, but in essence, big majority of the people that got successful or are successful in that space, it's because they're really good at convincing people to join the company. You know what I'm saying? So if this is what Pat Bet David was on, that's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Somebody to flip the burgers and make the coffee. You have an employee mindset. It's not for everyone. Then somebody replies to this tweet of Patrick and says, speaking of 80 hours per week, Community Notes is working overtime, destroying you. Well, what was that community note? The community note said, and Patrick replied to this, that's actually funny. Spoiler alert, he didn't actually find it funny. Patrick Bet-David made his money by founding a predatory multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, which he then used to market himself as a business guru on YouTube. He is essentially a scam artist. This is the most precise, exact synopsis of what my video was about. So this is the community note that was put on his tweet about how he worked 80 hours a week and he's such a hustler. And then he goes, that's actually funny. He didn't find it funny because then he goes and cries to Elon Musk, Daddy Elon Musk. Hey, Elon, I appreciate the value of community notes in fact-checking misinformation, but this particular note falls short of the platform's stated objectives. Again, when these people get exposed, they start putting on this HR speak. Usually this comes in the form of lawfare, where they use legalese. They'll be in their conventions, oh yeah, I was in this for 6 months and I made $1 million. And they'll say all this stuff so casually to like appeal to the lay person. And then when you're actually putting the pressure on them, what you hear back is, you know, you'll get a letter from a lawyer. There were many factual inaccuracies in your video and this is defamatory. It's like, now we're being all professional when it comes to try to like evade responsibility. But when it came to just tricking people to get that money, we were all, hey buddy, brother, blah, blah, blah. So now Patrick is trying to gaslight the entire internet. It's so funny. In his position, you kind of have to double down. You're not going to be where he is in his career and go, yeah, actually, you know what, guys, you're right. I am a fucking scammer. He has to keep doubling down. But of course, this doesn't go well for him because this is the Streisand effect. You're just drawing more attention to the thing you don't want people to know about. It's embarrassing, frankly. It feels more like a personal attack tied to my stance on H-1B visas. So here's the straw man argument. Oh, all these people on the community notes, they're just attacking me because of my stance on H-1B visas and they don't agree with me. And so that they're trying to say I'm a scammer. Step 1 in the first paragraph, gaslight the internet and blame someone else. Oh, Elon, I like the community notes feature, but not when it...
Nah, I just want to get to the biggity bottom of it. Let's go to always Marco page videos. Let's see. Am I tweaking? Was it not up here? Was Pat's name not in the title of the video? What was which goddamn video was it? Hold on. We gotta go back, y'all. We gotta get that video. Cause
the tippy top prime example of a true grifter, in my opinion. My most popular
history of scammers exposing 10 months ago? Oh, that was a while ago. Oh, he did that a while ago, chat. Alright. So 10 months ago. We're gonna go ahead and sub to bro, cause he, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, dropping gems, as you can see. 10 months ago. There we are. It's got a lot of views.
Sometimes you feel like your tracks are right there, but they're just not ready to export.
This is Arcade by Output, but I call...
Let me just offer a disclaimer first and say, I actually like a lot of Patrick Bet-David's content.
Sorry about that. I had to switch the audio. Audio is messed up.
He's done some really compelling, good interviews. I would have even gone so far as to say that I was a fan of Patrick Bet-David a few years ago, until I learned that Patrick Bet-David made his millions running a multi-level marketing company. If you're unaware or unfamiliar, multi-level marketing companies are scams that depend on a mathematically impossible endless chain recruiting scheme in order for you to make money by rising up the ranks of said scheme. Recruit 5 people who recruit 5 people who recruit,
we know all
in
that.
World Financial Group. World Financial Group is an MLM company that I've talked about probably more than any other MLM, helping Patrick Bet-David on the big stage talking to these people. These are at PHP events, but that's not included in any of the branding. You have to be eagle-eyed and pause the video at the right moment to see in the background some logo that says PHP or somebody in the crowd wearing a shirt that says PHP. And the people who are brainwashed into these MLM cults have such a religious level of devotion and ecstasy when they're in these events. A mob of people all thinking they're going to be rich. Patrick Bet-David is a genius because he made his millions off of this MLM and then used the money to be able to do these interviews and create this content with high-profile people. He then took that content and released it on his own separate channel that had nothing to do with PHP called Valuetainment or PBD podcast and built a personal brand off the back of the money that he was generating from the MLM.
This is insurance. This is an insurance company, yes.
Now it's the insurance company, and now he's reached escape velocity where he has millions of followers who follow him for being a personal brand, which makes people more resistant to the idea that he ever was once running one of these kinds of organizations. Do you see how actually diabolical that is? And I want to shout out my friend Coffee
Wait, so he didn't start his own
some miracle.
So he didn't start his own insurance company is what I'm getting. I thought he what? That's crazy.
Being able to get Patrick Bet-David on a live stream interview. This comment sums it up pretty good in my opinion. Quote, "Is your company a multi-level marketing scheme?" And then Patrick tells his entire life story.
Do you think that you're not an MLM? You say like we are not an MLM. You don't think you're an MLM.
I'm going to give you your answer here in a minute, but I'm curious from your end what you think an MLM is. When you think about multi-level marketing, this is how my career got started. I think you need to know how the story of my career got started. Maybe that'll kind of put everything together. I'm in the Army, I get out.
I'd have a beer with him, but I would put my wallet in my sock first. PBD has a PhD in talking for 3 hours while not saying anything. MLM apologists will duck and skirt the question, filibuster, talk nonsense just to avoid answering the question. These people are experts at going up on stage and talking about midichlorians and high vibrations and spectrums of light that you need to tap into using your kundalini chakras and charging up a crystal and manifesting and writing in your journal. Write this down. One scripture of nonsense after the other. I actually don't know how a grown-ass man can knowingly and willingly spew bullshit and lies.
They do it every day.
Answer questions with questions.
I just off a random thought, like not even a week ago, was like, I wonder if Trade House is still like going. You know what I mean? Like, are they still like doing what was going on when I was there? And I looked on Instagram and it's like, oh yeah, they're still going. Yeah, grown men, yeah, they will spew bull right to your face.
And then still sleep at night and then still look in the mirror and be like, yeah, that's what's up. I, for a long time, and still to this day, will posit my theory that the people at the very tops of MLM companies, whether these are the people who have made it to the top of the compensation plan as distributors, or the people who are actually running it from a corporate level, the CEOs and founders and so on, are psychopaths. Because when you are at that level, looking down on the rest of the pyramid, and you know how it works, you know the actual structure of it, you know the mechanisms in which you make money, predicated on the vast majority of people losing their money. How do you reconcile that without feeling such an overwhelming amount of guilt that you stop doing it? In my opinion, there has to be some sort of link that is broken in your brain chemistry or whatever that makes you lack empathy, or you're so lost in the sauce yourself have started to believe it. And there's a great quote, is dependent on his not understanding it. I want to show you this video. I've talked about this gentleman on my streams before, Eric Worre. No, settle down. His whole brand is Go Pro, and he provides education on how to become pro in your network marketing, multi-level marketing company. Purple suit like the Joker, of course. He thinks he's Robert De Niro in the movie Casino.
You could have chosen a lot of different marketing models for your company, but you chose a network marketing model for distribution. Why did you choose that model? What do you like about it?
So why did I choose this model? Because if I have to buy the lead, this is the cheapest model of not having to buy the lead. I don't have to advertise. I'm paying $10.99. You get to make as much money as you get. I don't have to pay you W-2. Like, we combined some of the comp structures from these 3-4 different companies I was a part of. And then obviously the rest is history.
Okay, one, no advertising. Well, of course you don't need to advertise, because you already have the strongest form of advertising possible. You have people who are completely brainwashed into the opportunity, thinking they're going to be rich, that the word of mouth promises that they make to people who trust them about the income opportunity. It renders advertising completely needless. Secondly, paying $10.99 goes against the doctrine that you are an entrepreneur or that you're a business owner in multi-level marketing. This is what they all say. This is entrepreneurship. This is your business. And as Patrick admits here, You're paying 1099, meaning you're paying contractors. So not only do they not own it, by you paying 1099, you don't have a liability over those people. They're just a 1099 contractor. They're not your responsibility. 3, make as much as you get. I don't even think that makes sense. And not paying out W-2. I mean, this is another thing. If these people were business owners, ask them for their tax returns. Look at that fucking outfit. 3 different shades of purple.
If you don't know for sure if somebody is a business owner or not, be like, hey, nah, I guess I was gonna say something, but that I guess people probably wouldn't be willing to give that out anyway. Yeah, just ask them for a tax return. Just ask them for a tax return. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, granted, like, unless you're, like, super close to somebody that's actually a real business owner and they trust you, probably won't show you a tax return just to do business. I mean, I'm speaking on being an entrepreneur. It's like, how many people would I just show my tax return because they asked? I mean, eventually, all my company's information gonna be public knowledge. But for now, it's a private company, so we're keeping everything in house. But I mean, I don't know. We don't really like sell much outside of what we do. You know what I mean? Like I sell a course on how to trade the way that I know how to trade. You know what I mean? Not to say that there's not other ways to trade or to learn how to trade out there, but it's just not, you know what I'm saying? No, but I do. I teach what I know. You dig what I'm saying? And a lot of people say like the ones that can't do teach. That's true in a lot of spaces, and it can be true in this space. There are people that don't really know how to trade, that do a lot of trading content, but when it comes to being a person that likes to grow a community and push off knowledge to people, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to know something like this and not be like, oh, I want to show everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's why I do, you know what I'm saying, the free content. But I did take a lot of L's. I did lose a lot of money on the way to getting to where I'm at. So that's why I got to charge for the course. And it's like, I got a family to feed. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's that. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's like I can make my money trading, make my money selling the course, make money from YouTube, and why would I not do all 3 of them? You know what I'm saying? So if you want to learn how to actually trade, because like we really got the gist of what it is. PBDs, everybody has to start somewhere. I'm not gonna knock it too hard, because like as an entrepreneur, it's shiesty to contribute that much into an MLM for sure. But from a business perspective, he capitalized better than most people that get in MLMs ever have done or can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has millions of subscribers on YouTube, and he actually does provide, you know, value with, you know, news coverage from their perspective and things like that. And I mean, like, he's not scamming people no more. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So he said a bunch of times that he sold the company. I don't understand if like he just stopped. I'm not. Put in the comments if y'all know more details, or if y'all have a video that has more extra details, because he's on a lot of he's doing a lot of his own kind of rhetoric. PHP compensation plan. Actually, let's see. Hold on, before we get out of here, let's see what this compensation plan
Degrees of separation between you and any other person on this planet is 5 people, meaning you know someone who knows someone who knows.
Let me go back.
Overrides 7 layers deep. You would never see 7 different people getting paid commission on the same sale of a product or service in real estate, medicine, law. Never. We all know there's this like principle. The degrees of separation between you and any other person on this planet is 5 people, meaning you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows Oprah. So if it only takes 5 degrees of separation to get to you and anyone else on the planet, you may ask yourself, why the fuck is somebody 7 people away from me getting paid off work that I did? That means that anytime you make a sale, you can rest assured that somebody probably in another part of the world who you never met and who you never will meet is getting paid off work that you did. This is so unsales, it's not even funny. Senior marketing director, executive marketing director. Another layer of deception that they add is the names. A company like Amway, you might be a diamond or a ruby or an amethyst. That doesn't sound as professional or legitimate as what you would have in PHP, where you're a marketing director or a senior marketing director or executive marketing director or an executive vice president. It's literally like kids LARPing. And then of course they have the additional layer, which is the signifiers of wealth and success. These gaudy, horrific college football rings with the engravings, $100,000 earner ring, $50,000 watch. I mean, bro, I think I've covered by now every reason why the insurance MLM thing is so clever.
That's not like $50,000, $100,000 that you made for your pockets. It's what you've made for the company as a whole. So like, you know what I mean, if you're splitting that up like 7 ways, you're talking about, I don't know how much work you doing for like $8,000, $9,000. Yeah, see, that's not. It's. I mean, if anybody that makes around $10,000 in commissions in sales in 6 months, no, 3 months, you're killing it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the core of it, of course, we don't like MLMs, but like at some level, you gotta appreciate the salesmanship, because if PBD capitalized that much off of this, do y'all see where he's at now? You know what I'm saying? Like, he hosted one of the biggest watch parties for the election anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that, and he popped out of an MLM. You know what I'm saying? It's like the salesmanship is crazy. The salesmanship has got to be respected at some level. You know what I'm saying? I'd hope to have skills to sell what I got to sell like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he obviously convinced a lot of people to spend money. You know what I mean? Which is a skill set that you know, most entrepreneurs should have. Now, granted, another skill set that a lot of entrepreneurs like myself have is not being able to sell that well, but having a really, really big want to help people. And that's really the better side of sales, because like when I do a cold text, it's not just because I'm just trying to sell you something. I'm trying to bring you value. I'm trying to actually, you know, understand you, get to know you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just, hey, you want to buy my course? It's like, hey, where you from? What do you do? Why are you even in one of these group chats? Like, what led you here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to actually understand and help people. You know what I mean? And, you know, that bodes good for selling things. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you actually genuinely want to help people. So that's why I actually have my brother on my team, because he is a sales god. He is. So, and I recognize that I'm not as good with sales as he is. So I take his input, take his advice, and, you know, we move forward. Now, we are streaming tonight. We are doing a board meeting live. It's called the TDB War Room Live. So every week we're going to do, because we get on calls every week and, you know, talk about a whole bunch of stuff to do with the business. And I feel like it'll be able to bring you guys value. The people that like to, you know, go out there, work for themselves, start businesses, it'll bring value to the audience. So I want to shed light on it. So we're going to start doing our calls on live, you know, taking notes, strategizing, planning ahead, and you guys will get like an internal view of us building this company called TDB Unlimited. All right. If you got value out of this, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified as soon as we drop videos, all right? I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody. I'm going to catch you on the next one.